Good morning to everybody. We are discussing the circuit breakers. In the last lecture, we discussed the arc phenomena, how the arc is formed between the fixed contact and moving contact of a circuit breaker. What are the problems of an arc in the circuit breaker? Later, we discussed the arc extension methods, how we are able to extinguish the arc like that. Okay, so the today's topic is very important in the circuit breakers. We are going to study the reach-taking voltage in detail. Okay, so because the reach-taking voltage decides the arc extension in the circuit breakers, so that's why this plays an important role in the arc extension process. So that's why today's class we are going to discuss the importance of a reach-taking voltage and the derivation of a reach-taking voltage. Then under this topic, these are the topic, that is rate of rise of reach-taking voltage, and then rate of rise of reach-taking voltage, and then maximum and average RRV, and numerical problems we are going to study. So first start with that is reach-taking. In order to understand the reach-taking voltage, recovery voltage and the arc voltage. So let us consider this diagram. So that is if you see this diagram, these are fault point. Now these are fault point. At this point the fault occurring. So if you see the fault occurring before fault, you know that circuit breaker contacts are closed position. Circuit breaker contacts are closed position. At the moment short circuit occurs, so it will take some time to operate the relay. It will take some time to operate the circuit breaker. Okay, so therefore, here these are to understand the reach-taking voltage, then recovery voltage and arc voltage. So if you see this diagram, okay, so the before the opening of the circuit breaker, what is operation? After during the arc, what is operation? After the arc extension, what is operation? If you understand these three things, then you can understand the reach-taking voltage. Suppose if you see this, so we know that before fault, the voltage is sinusoidal, pure sinusoidal waveform. So for example, if you these are fault occurring point, okay, so it will take some time to operate the relay. Okay, so therefore the relay gives a signal to the circuit breaker. When the circuit breaker contacts or separation take place, so therefore at the moment the contacts are open, the arc is stuck between the fixed contact and moving contact. Okay, so therefore now if you see this is an arc separation. Okay, so this is called arc separation. This is a contact separation. Circuit breakers, fixed contact and moving contact separation. Okay, so therefore at the moment the moving contact is away from the fixed contact, arc is stuck between the fixed contact and moving contact. Okay, if you see the arc voltage, okay, so the arc voltage, so these are arc voltage. Okay, this is called arc voltage. So if you see the arc voltage is suppose now these are from here to here. So these are one cycle, half cycle. So now these are full cycle. Okay. So now these are another half cycle. Means that these are 1/2. Okay. So 1.5 cycle. 1.5 cycle. So the arc is exist. Okay, between the fixed contact and moving contact. Okay. So now, here arc voltage is nothing but so at the moment the circuit breaker is open, the voltage appear across the circuit breaker contacts during the arcing period is called as a arc voltage. So the arc voltage is not a sinusoidal. Okay, it is a non-linear nature. Okay, now if you see the waveform, this is a non-linear. Okay, non-linear nature. Okay, so the next one is if you observe the fault current. Okay, so these are current. If you want to define the reach-taking voltage, so the zero crossing is very important. Zero crossing is very important. Zero current crossing is very important. Suppose if you take this to define the restating voltage. So the arc should be present between the fixed contact and the moving contact and zero current. Okay, if you have to see these two things. Okay, so therefore, so suppose is the current zero. Okay, now this is a current zero. Okay, at the current zero, if you see the voltage, so these are peak voltage. Okay, so the maximum voltage. Similarly, at this current zero, if you see the voltage, okay, so this also, okay, so the voltage, that is the restating voltage. Now again, this also restating voltage. Okay, means that so the to define the restating voltage, so that is arc should be there and also zero crossing. With reference to the zero crossing and arc, you can define the restating voltage. Okay, so the why the restating voltage importance means the arc is extinguished or persist depends upon the restating voltage. Okay, so therefore now this is called as this is a definition for the restating voltage. Suppose after some time the arc is completely eliminated from the fixed conductor moving contact. Okay, for example, in this diagram, suppose if you see here, so this arc is completely eliminated. Okay, so because this arc voltage, arc is completely eliminated. Okay, so even then, so there is the tangent voltage is developed. Okay, so this tangent voltage is developed. So this is called as a tangent recovery voltage. After some time, these oscillations are die out. So therefore you are going to get the because arc is disappear. So the circuit breaker completely open. Okay, there is no current flowing from the fixed contact to moving contact. Okay, so therefore, so after these oscillations are die out, so we are going to get there is a voltage appear across a fixed contact and moving contact circuit breaker. That voltage is called as a recovery voltage. So the recovery voltage is approximately equal to system voltage. System voltage means normal voltage. Okay, so these are the three important voltages we need to understand in the circuit breakers. Okay, so this is about the let me once again revise these 3 points. First one is arc voltage. To define arc voltage, arc should be there. Okay, between the fixed contact and moving contact. Okay, voltage appear across the circuit breaker contacts when the arc is exist between the fixed contact and moving contact is arc voltage. Now coming to define the restating voltage, arc should be there and also you have to see the zero crossing the current. Okay, at that time the voltage appear across the circuit breaker contact is called a restating voltage. This voltage decides your arc extension. So the recovery voltage means after arc is extinguished completely between the fixed contact and moving contact, the voltage appear across circuit breaker contacts is called as a recovery voltage. Okay, so now we are going to derive mathematical expression for the mathematical expression for restating voltage. So that to understand this, so these are the already discussed the 3 voltages. Okay, so to derive the mathematical expression for the restating voltage, okay, so let us consider the simple circuit diagram. Okay, so for example, so this is a simple circuit diagram. Let us consider. Suppose now this is our for example, now this is our the bus bar. Okay, so now these are feeder. Okay, so the next one is now these are circuit breaker. This is your circuit breaker location. Okay, suppose now this is our source. Now these are one line diagram or single line diagram. Okay, so now this let us assume that here is a fault. Okay, so this is a fault point. Okay, now this is a fault point. Now this is a circuit breaker location. So now this is our okay, so single line diagram or SLD. Okay, the single line diagram or SLD. Okay, so therefore now this figure can be represented in the circuit point of view like this. So this here we are studying the restating voltage. So just now we have seen restating voltage is defined at a zero crossing of a current. So therefore, so this at that zero current the voltage is maximum. Okay, so the last figure you have seen that is a maximum voltage. So here, so the V maximum. Okay, so you can represent the source voltage is V maximum cos of omega t. So the here L means inductance up to the circuit breaker location. So the C is the capacitance. So therefore this is a fault point. The circuit breaker is open. Okay. So the now so to one way to derive the restating voltage is so the converting the circuit diagram okay into the complex domain. Okay, S domain. Okay, if you do the derivation of the complex domain, so you can get the rechecking voltage equation easily. Okay, so therefore, so the how to convert this circuit diagram to the S domain. Okay, so these are S domain. Okay, so these are S domain. Okay, S domain. That is S domain means a complex frequency domain. Okay, now so you can write here these are V zero crossing current. V maximum is fixed value. Let us show that V maximum is a fixed value. So therefore, so let me write. So now this is your voltage. Okay, so if you take the Laplace transform of constant, you are going to get 1 by S. Okay, so let me write here. So now these are Vm by S. Vm by S. Similarly, so if you see the in the complex domain, so L is nothing but inductance. Inductance you can write S into L. Capacitance you can write 1 by SC. Okay, these things are studied in the circuit energies. That's why I am writing directly. So therefore, next element is now this is the SL. Okay, S into L. Okay, so there's a S domain or complex frequency domain. So the next one is capacitance. You can write here. The capacitance you can write here. So that is capacitance is nothing but you can write 1 by SC. Okay, 1 by SC. Now these are our circuit breaker location. So these are fault points. Okay, so these are our circuit diagram. Now, so if you when a circuit breaker is open, so therefore open, there is no current. Okay, so therefore here the rechecking voltage is nothing but the voltage appear across the circuit breaker contacts. Okay, so circuit breaker contact. So means that if you find the voltage across a capacitor, so this is a voltage across capacitor. So this voltage is appear across circuit breaker contact. So therefore that is called the rechecking voltage. Okay, so now let me solve this the circuit. So that is here finally you have to calculate this voltage. Okay, voltage across a capacitor. Okay, so these are series circuit. Okay, these are taken as a voltage. So Vm by S. Now the S into L, this is 1 by SC. So now we can write here the voltage across capacitor in the frequency domain. Vc is equal to. So that is source voltage. Now this is V maximum by S. Okay, into. So the voltage across capacitor is 1 by SC. Okay, 1 by SC. So that divided by. So now we can write just like a two impedances are connected in series. Okay, so that is you can write here S into S into L plus 1 by SC. Okay, 1 by SC. So now if you do the so the mathematical manipulations. Okay, so the finally we are going to get so these are equation. So suppose if we apply after doing the mathematical manipulations, we are going to get in the S domain the voltage across the capacitor. So we are going to get Vm into omega n divided by S. So the omega n by S square plus omega n square. Now if you take the inverse Laplace transform, now we are going to get if you take the inverse Laplace transform, so both sides. So this Laplace transform of inverse Laplace transform of Vc of S is nothing but so Vc of we are converting so the S domain to time domain. Okay, so why are using the S domain means to reduce the calculation burden, we are using the S domain. Okay, so finally we need the equation the time domain. Okay, so we are apply the inverse Laplace transform, we are going to get Vc of t. Then so if you solve this, okay, so these are using the partial fraction method, you are going to get A value and B value. So finally, so we are going to get so that is after applying frequency domain. So now this complex frequency domain in voltage across capacitor. Then we need the voltage in terms of a time, function of a time. So that's why we need to apply the Laplace transform both sides. So then if you apply the Laplace transform of Vc of S is nothing but Vc of t. So these are time domain voltage across capacitor. The voltage across capacitor is nothing but that voltage is appear across the circuit breaker contacts. So that voltage is called a rechecking voltage. Finally, our objective is to determine the rechecking voltage in terms of as a function of a time. So therefore, if you do the partial fractions after applying the inverse Laplace transform, then you are going to get so these are V maximum 1 minus cos of omega nt. So this is the mathematical expression for the restaking voltage. So this voltage will decide whether the arc is extinguished or arc is persist in the circuit breaker contacts. Okay, now these are if you see the what is the omega. Okay, so if you see the circuit diagram, the circuit diagram that is L and C, that is energy storage elements are there. So therefore the energy is transferred from the inductor to capacitor. So therefore the transients are generated. So basically the restaking voltage is the high frequency voltage. Means that the frequency is not a 50 Hz. So it is a high frequency voltage. Okay, now so now if you if you calculate the omega n like this, that is now at tangent oscillation takes place when the XL is equal to XC. Okay, let me write down this XL equal to XC. Now we are going XL is nothing but now this is omega L. So that is equal to XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. So from this we are going to get the frequency of oscillation in the radian per second. That is omega is equal to 1 by LC. Now this is square root LC. So these are the frequency of oscillations. Okay, now you can express the restaking voltage in terms of inductance and capacitance. So therefore the restaking voltage mainly depends upon inductance of the system and capacitance of the system. Okay, now see the restaking voltage. This is a restaking voltage. So the restaking voltage, the Vc of t, V maximum cos omega t. So therefore this, if you see the omega n, so the omega n is nothing but omega n is just now you written. So that is omega n is nothing but 1 by square root LC. So therefore here the conclusion is the restaking voltage depends on the inductance of the system and capacitance of the system up to the circuit breaker location. Now the rate of rise of restaking voltage decides the arc extension between the fixed contact and the moving contact. So suppose if we are going to consider the restaking rate of rise of restaking voltage and the dielectric strength of the medium. Suppose if the rate of rise of restaking voltage is more as compared to the dielectric strength of the medium, the arc will persist for the next half cycle. Okay, here, so that's why the restaking voltage plays an important role in the circuit breakers. Okay, so therefore, now let me calculate the rate of rise of restaking voltage. Once if you have a restaking voltage in your hand, then you can calculate the rate of rise of restaking voltage. Okay, so now the rate of restaking voltage is nothing but derivative of a restaking voltage. Now we are going to get a rate of rise of restaking voltage, that is denoted as RRV. Okay, now suppose now how we are getting the Vm sin omega t is nothing but suppose is a V maximum at current 0, V maximum is a fixed value. Okay, so that if you take the derivative of a constant is 0, so therefore now we are getting 0 here. So the next one is V maximum cos of omega nt. So therefore the derivative of cos omega nt is nothing but the sin omega nt. So we are going to get a rate of rise of restaking voltage. Okay, now here the another important point is what is the maximum value of a restaking voltage? The maximum value of restaking voltage is nothing but if you see this equation. So here cos omega nt. Suppose if it is equal to -1, then what will happen? Just see. So this Vc of t equal to now this V maximum 1 minus. Suppose if this value is equal to -1, so already minus is there, minus plus. So now we are going to get now this is equal to 2 times of V maximum. Okay, so therefore, so the restaking voltage maximum value is 2 times of V maximum. Okay, so these are so in this way you can calculate the maximum value of a restaking voltage. Now here another point is at what instant the restaking voltage is maximum. Okay, so for that so we need to now again take so this omega cos omega nt equal to pi. Let me write. So this cos omega n t equal to pi. or minus 1. Let me write. Is equal to minus 1. Is equal to minus 1. Cos omega n t equal to minus 1. It means that cos omega n t equal to cos pi. Now we can compare. So it's omega n t equal to pi. So therefore you can get omega n t equal to pi. Now you can write. So the time for occurrence of rechecking voltage is P is equal to pi by omega n. Again omega n is nothing but the T is equal to pi by 1 by square root LC. So from that you can write there is a pi into square root LC. Okay. So the inductance of the system up to the circuit breaker location and the capacitance of the system up to the circuit breaker location you can calculate. So from that you are going to calculate the time of the maximum value of a restaking voltage. So the next one is if you see the rate of rise of restaking voltage. So these are mathematical expression for the rate of rise of restaking voltage. So at what is the maximum value? Okay, if you want to calculate the maximum value, so this should be 1. Okay, this should be 1. Okay, so therefore, so finally we are going to get so the maximum value of RRV. Okay, so now this here the omega n is missing here. Now this is omega n. This is omega n. Okay, so now this is the in this way, so we are able to derive the mathematical expression about the restaking voltage. Now, so the next important parameter is what is average RRV. These parameters are also very important in the circuit breakers. So now let me explain. So the what is the definition for the restaking average the restaking voltage. So this average RRV equal to the maximum value of restaking voltage divided by time taken to reach the peak value. Okay, so just now you derive the maximum value of restaking voltage, that is 2 times of V maximum. Now let me write. So this is nothing but maximum value of restaking is nothing but 2 times of V maximum divided by so the time to taken to reach the peak value. Okay, so the time is equal to so this is pi into now this is omega n. Okay, so like that you can calculate the average RRV. Okay, now let me summarize all the points. So that is the first point is in the circuit breakers 3 voltages are important. So the first one is arc voltage, the second one is restaking voltage, the third one is recovery voltage. So to define the arc voltage, so when the circuit breaker is open, when the power system network is subject to the fault, that voltage is called as a arc voltage. Now to define the restaking voltage, so you have to see the across the circuit breaker contacts arc should be there. The next one is this is defined at current 0. Okay, if these two are there, then you can define the restaking voltage. So the restaking voltage is very important to know the extension of the arc in the circuit breakers. Okay, next one is after to define the recovery voltage, the arc should be completely eliminated between the fixed contact and moving contact. Okay, so the voltage appear across the circuit breaker contacts. The voltage is called as the recovery voltage. Now you can see the problems. These are first problem. The three phase 50H 132 kV. The system reactance and capacitance after the location of circuit breaker is given. That is 3 ohms and then 0.05 microfarad. Now calculate the frequency of oscillation. That is the first objective. The second objective is the maximum value of the restaking voltage. So third objective is the maximum value of RRV. That is the rate of rise of restaking voltage. So the first item the given data. So here these are 3 phases given, but the derivation you have considered the single phase. So here the 3-phase system, the voltage is given means these are RMS value. The given voltage is always RMS value. That is the line to line voltage. So we need the phase voltage. Okay, so the phase voltage you can calculate. Phase voltage is you can calculate 132 divided by root 3. We are going to get the value. So from that we are going to calculate the maximum value. But in the circuit breakers we need the maximum value, that is peak value or maximum value. So the root 3 is multiplied, then you are going to get the voltage. Okay, so let me write the formulas first. So that is a frequency of oscillation. First objective. So this omega is equal, that is frequency is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Of course here 2 pi is there. Okay, to 2 pi. Okay, this is separated. 2 pi into square root LC. These are formula. So now from the given data, try to calculate the L value. Okay, try to calculate the L value. So here the system inductance is given. Okay, system inductance is given. That is so the XL. Okay, XL is given. Okay, so XL is equal to 3 ohms. XL is equal to 3 ohms. So from that you are going to calculate omega. This XL is nothing but omega L. So that is equal to 3 ohms. So now omega is can be calculated like this. That is a 2 pi into F, system frequency into L. So from that we are going to calculate the L value. Okay, similarly, so this capacitance directly given. Okay, can take, that is the capacitance C is equal to 0.015. That is a microfarad. Microfarad means into 10 power minus 6. So therefore L and C values are known. So from that we are going to calculate the frequency. Okay, so that is the first objective. So the next one is maximum value of reach-taking voltage. Okay, let me write the formulas first. So this maximum value of the reach-taking voltage is nothing but there is a 2 times of V maximum. 2 times of V maximum. So here the V maximum can be calculated. So this is equal to correct. Now these are 2 into. So the V maximum is nothing but 132 divided by. So these are root 3. These are phase value. To get the maximum value multiplied with the root 2. Okay, so these are answer for the second one. So third one is maximum value of RRV. Okay, so maximum value of RRV is nothing but so the answer is, so the maximum value is now these are V maximum. Now the V maximum, these are omega m. Okay, omega m is nothing but left bracket. So now this is V maximum. So omega m is square root LC. Okay, L value is known and C value is known. Omega Vm is known, already calculated here. So this is a value, V maximum value. So from that you are going to calculate the maximum value of a RRV. Okay, so now now let me conclude this class. So here let me explain the important points in this class. So the reach-taking voltage is very important. Okay, so therefore to study this you have to know the 3 voltages in the circuit breaker. That is the arc voltage, the second one is the reach-taking voltage, the third one is the recovery voltage. Okay, so these voltages definitions are important, and the physical significance also very important. So whenever the circuit breaker contacts are open, the voltage appear across the circuit breaker contacts is called as the arc voltage. Okay, so the arc is exists between the fixed contact and moving contact. That voltage is called as the reach-taking the arc voltage. Now the next one is the reach-taking voltage is nothing but arc should be there, and also you have to see the current zero. Okay, so current 0. So therefore the voltage appear across circuit breaker contact under these 2 conditions is called the reach-taking voltage. Your reach-taking voltage decides whether the arc exists between the fixed contact and the moving contact. Okay, so the next one is the recovery voltage. The recovery voltage arc should be extinguished completely between the fixed contact and moving contact. The voltage appear across circuit breaker contact is called as the recovery voltage. Okay, so at that point the current is 0 between the fixed contact and the moving contact. Okay, so therefore after that we derive the mathematical expression for the reach-taking voltage. So the mathematical expression for the reach-taking voltage is nothing but V maximum 1 minus cos of omega n into t. So therefore the reach-taking voltage depends upon inductance and capacitance of the system. Okay, so the while oscillations are generated means because of the energy is transferred between the inductance and capacitance. Okay, when the circuit breaker is open, because of that the transient oscillations are generated in the voltages. Okay, so therefore after that you solve the one problem. Okay, so here the important point is whenever the 3-phase system is given, the voltage is given means that is always the line to line voltage RMS value. Okay, so we solve this problem Okay, mathematical equations are written. So next class we are going to see the problem in detail.